Greetings, royal family. All right, thanks for clicking on the video. Welcome back and all that good stuff. So, Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. This is the fourth day in the house, right? The episode opens where they left off at the ending of day 3, right? And Hazel, she's still trying to convince herself, right, that Shonda is the one that is jealous of her. Okay, remember the whole blow up went down between Willie and Devon with an apostrophe, and Hazel E still wanted to continue on with the sexy dance lesson because she wanted to dance up on Willie, remember? And Dr. Ish actually canceled it because of the altercation that took place. So the couples, they were chilling downstairs, and Hazel is just still going on. Everything is over. It's done. You know what I mean? They just got a tongue lashing from Judge Toller and Dr. Ish, but Hazel, she's still going. Like, Shonda is jealous. Shonda, I just think it's jealousy. This is the same Hazel that got upset about Tahiri and her bralette. She sees nothing wrong with the way that she was dancing up on Willie, blaming it on she's a professional performer and she wanted to complete the dance routine. Is she serious? Anyway, Devon and Willie, they end up talking. We're in day 4 now. Devon and Willie, they end up sitting outside talking. And Devon, he says that he would have handled this differently if he was given a second chance. And he and Willie sat down, they talked, and they cleared the air. I don't think Hazel was too happy about the fact that Devon did something that was exhibiting adult behavior, because I think that Hazel E likes criticizing and talking down to and tearing down Devon. And good luck with that, girl, because people get tired after a while. Moving along. These two, Corrupt and Tony. So Corrupt, he feels that God sent him to the hospital as a sign that he should slow down on his drinking. And as usual, you see Tony's face. This is always her face. I don't even know if I saw Tony smile. It's 4 days in. I don't know if I seen her smile. Anyway, Dr. Ish and Judge Toller, they're in their secret quarters, their secret location, and they're prepping for their next drill for the couples, right? They're devising their little plan. So Dr. Ish, again, he is not going to be revealing to the couples that they are a part of a drill. And I just find this extremely deceptive. Like, this is so deceptive, but whatever, it's reality TV. I get it. So the plan is to have the couples fight in a productive manner, Dr. Ish says. And Dr. Ish is hoping to get some reactions out of the couples, just like he did last week, and then chastise the couples for reacting. Anyway, he even goes as far as to get production to help him set up this plan, right? And he said that there's going to be a special guest, and the special guest is going to be a part of the drill, etc., etc. So Clinton Sparks, he is I guess he's an interviewer, or he has a podcast. He's somebody known in the industry, because a couple of the boot campers, they said, oh yeah, I know who Clinton Sparks is. You know, he interviewed me one time, yada yada. So he's a special guest. He's going to be interviewing one group of the couples, and they're going to be thinking that this is going to be used for his podcast. This is all a part of the drill. So again, a few of them recognize, Clinton Sparks, so they feel comfortable. Hazel E, of course, has to be extra. She's never been interviewed by him. She claims that when she saw him, her heart started beating fast and she was excited. She probably thought that she was going to get her big break. It's so pathetic. As much as this girl accuses Devon of being with her for clout, possibly, that seems to be her motive for being on this show. I can't be the only one that thinks this way. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think, right? It's like she went from Iyanla, Fix My Life, to Marriage Boot Camp. Wait. Y'all remember when she was on Iyanla? And Iyanla had her reciting the lyrics to her corny song? Pop my butt, pop my butt. Remember that? Lord, that never gets old. Anyway, so the couples, they're split in 2 groups. So one group is going to be participating in the podcast. The second group is going to be watching their mates from behind the scenes, right? So group 1 that's going to be participating in this mock podcast, they don't know that their significant others are watching them from behind the scenes in a secret location. So Corrupt, he starts out, he's asked what's it like in the boot camp house. And he says that he drinks a lot. And he also said that Tony needs to change because she is an enabler. And she's an enabler because she stresses him out, and that makes him drink. My jaw almost hit the floor. Like, Corrupt does not need to be on this show. Point blank, period. I recognize that when he walked through the door, and it is very evident. 4 days. Anyway, moving along, Vado, he talked, expressed himself to Harry. She was excited about that. And she said that he talks in front of an audience, but doesn't communicate with her. In my opinion, he might have talked too much on this podcast. You'll see why I say that in a minute. Hazel, she wants to know if Devon is here for the cameras. She keeps putting this off on Devon. You are here for the camera, Erica. You are Hazel, Erica. You're here for the camera. Stop putting it off on that boy. Anyway, same gripe she always has. She wants to know if he's riding for, I want to know if he's riding for me. And Devon in his confessional, he says that, he proves himself to Hazel all the time. And that bothers him when she keeps saying that. And Hazel says jokingly in front of these group of men, because she's the only female that's sitting there on this little mock podcast. So, she thinks she's so cool. She's so corny. Good God. Anyway, so she calls him a sugar baby, jokingly. And the guys are telling her, like, no man wants to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to stop that. Devon is with the other ladies. He's one of the mates that's behind the scenes. Watching Hazel say this, embarrassing him, and Dr. Ish pointed out later on that he can tell by his body language, Devon's body language, that he was pissed about that. Like, she likes talking down to Devon. Like, she likes treating him like this. She doesn't want him to make adult decisions, like when he sat down and hashed things out with Willie and they got an understanding as men. She didn't like that. Anyway, Medina's problem is the same. He ain't getting none. Phaedra, she's rolling her eyes back there because I guess Medina's telling too much of their business. He's clapping his hands, and when sometimes people clap their hands when they talk, it just shows how serious they are. So Phaedra, she's back there making her faces because, she's keeping up the facade of the Southern Belle and, I don't really have any problems. So he ain't getting none. Willie, we all know, infidelity. That's his issue. So Shonda is in the back, and she's just like, he doesn't want to admit what he did was wrong, yada, yada. So back to Corrupt. Now he says that Tony is a jealous woman. Corrupt says that he brought an artist that he worked with back to his hotel, but nothing happened. Of course, Tony's not buying that. She's just like, he's a liar. As far as Hazel, she says that Devon snaps when he gets angry. Interesting. And Hazel got mad after catching Devon following a bottle girl on Instagram. Devon then, according to Hazel, grabbed her phone, threw it, and pinned her down. This is what Hazel said. Back to Vado. Vado, you wildin'. You straight up wildin'. Vado reveals that he's still talking to one of the mothers of his children. And he says that he isn't sleeping with anyone else, but when he needs someone to talk to about his relationship with Tahiri, he talks to his ex, who is also the mother of his child. So Tahiri's back there like, yo, you're bugging. And I agree. You're bugging, Vado. Medina, he feels that waiting 6 months is long enough. He wants Phaedra to be vulnerable. Here's what I don't understand. Like, here's my question. What is it, right, that Medina is not doing that Phaedra, like, to make Phaedra say that he needs to step up to the plate? Like, throughout this whole season so far, Medina needs to step up to the plate and prove himself. Like, but what is it that he's not doing? Like, it's very vague. Like, she makes it seem as though he's lacking in some area. And she doesn't get specific. And what I also notice is that when she says these things, he doesn't question her about that. He doesn't say, baby, what is it that I need to do? So what's good with these two? Listen, a lot of people have been accusing these two of being here for a storyline. And I think y'all need to tighten up because I think people are starting to see that. So now once the mock podcast is complete, it's time for the couples to fight, okay? Doctor's orders, Dr. Ish. This is what he wants them to do. So the couples, they fight about the same stuff that they've been fighting about since they walked in the door. I thought it was interesting that Hazel, though, brought up Devon's temper and aggressive nature towards her, because it was cute on episode 3 when he was going at it with Willie. Huh, Hazel? He was tough. And you were a thug in your confessional. Yeah, don't mess with us. Ugh. It's cute, though. Same thing that make you laugh or make you cry. I just feel like this drill, provoking them to fight, none of these couples need any incentive to fight, right? None of them. So the next activity has to do with the couples imitating one another, and Dr. Ish is trying to teach them how to fight, again, with this fighting. So I just feel like this is such a joke. You know, Willie and Shonda, for example, he says he doesn't like to be yelled at by Shonda because of his constant cheating, so he doesn't want to hear it. My thing is, common sense would say, then stop cheating or go your separate ways. Be single, and then you can do whatever the heck you want to do, right? No? But I guess that sounds like it makes too much sense. This is really funny to me. It's really funny because they're there for a check, man. I guess. Whatever. Let me continue on. So Vado and Tahiri. Vado, you're out of line for discussing your relationship with Tahiri with your ex, who's the mother of your children. Like, that's disloyal as hell. Why does that woman need to know, your ex need to know what's going on with you and Tahiri, but you won't talk to Tahiri? But let Tahiri even say hi to a dude that she dated in the past. Vado would be ready to pop off. He would be ready to go off. I did like that. I did notice that Judge Toller, she called out Phaedra and Medina. She says to them, either you guys called each other up and said, let's go on marriage boot camp, or that you guys are too busy putting on an act and acting like you're perfect to like really, dig into the exercises or get anything out of these exercises. So I said, see, Phaedra, you need to tighten up. You're not fooling anybody. Anyway, so it's time for the couples to kind of call it quits. And, get ready to call it a night. People are downstairs eating, and Devon, he wants to stay downstairs with his new friends. And Hazel is not okay with that. She goes upstairs, in her confessional, she's ranting. She's like, what kind of dude are you? You just met these people, and you should be upstairs with me, you B-word. Hazel, relax. See, she doesn't want him to make friends with these people. She wants him up under her so she can control him to make herself look like she's some sort of boss. I guess I don't know. I could be wrong. So she calls him all types of immature, and she's just not feeling his immaturity. So wait a minute. He wasn't immature for the situation that happened in the kitchen with Willie on episode 3. But he's immature because he wants to stay downstairs, eat, and socialize with his housemates, and not go upstairs with you when you tell him to. Bozo 1 and Bozo 2. So Devon ends up going upstairs, after talking to Vado. He's actually sitting down and having a conversation with Vado. And Hazel, she's under the covers talking to her friend on the phone. And Devon, he walks in, and he just asks, like, oh, he thought she was talking to him when he walked in, but she's under the covers. So, see, this is why I don't like Hazel. I don't care for her character on this show. Because you're in bed, right? It's late at night, according to her. You're on the phone, but you're covering your head. So what do you think he's going to think? See, she calls him immature, but she's playing games. Anyway. So Devon walks in and he hears Hazel talking. So he's like, huh? He's thinking that she's talking to him. She's like, I'm not talking to you. So he was like, oh, well, who you talking to? Hazel replies, I ain't effing talking to you. Get the F out of my face. It don't matter who the F I'm talking to. Now Hazel gets up out of the bed. She's in his face and she's cussing at him, all while she's still on the phone. So whoever it is that she's talking to is hearing her behave this way. Devon still doesn't know who she's on the phone with. She called him a clout chaser. She says that he's an attention whore. This is Hazel talking to her man, right? He then grabs her phone to see who she was on the phone with. Then Hazel starts saying in her confessional, oh, he felt stupid when he seen that I was on the phone with my best friend. And he violated me. So why you didn't just tell him that you was on the phone with your best friend? Why did you have to create this drama to make it seem like you were talking to somebody who you shouldn't have been talking to? She's like, give me my phone. Both of these two are clowns. And is Davon the father of Hazel's baby? Because she had a baby not too long ago, right? Is he the father of her baby? Honestly, I don't even care. That's it, y'all. I don't even know what's going to happen next week. I don't watch like on the next Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. I just cut it off when it's over, and then I jump on here and do the, usually on time, do the review. So that's that. But Hazel, girl, you're a joke. And these drills that Dr. Ish and them come up with, they're just so deceptive and provoking. Corrupt needs to be in a rehab facility ASAP. This is not okay. Well, Royal Family, that's it. I'm signing off. If you enjoyed the commentary, like the video if you liked it. Make sure you drop in your comments and sharing your thoughts. I greatly appreciate it. If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Be sure to check out the other content on the channel. I don't just review foolishness like Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition. There's plenty of content to choose from, and consider hitting the subscribe button. We'd love to have you join our growing Royal Family over here, our discussions. All right, so I'm signing off. I'll be back soon, though. Until next time, peace.